and that's Salesman by the Maysles brothers. And I'm back with Academy Award-winning documentarian Barbara Koppel to talk about the film, which we just showed, and which was made, as I say, by the brothers we're honoring this evening, filmmakers Albert and David Maysles. This is very different from certainly Grey Gardens, where the Maysles are very much a part of the process, and you do see them a lot.
Well, in their overall work, and especially in Salesman, in this particular film, they were invisible. They would go into people's homes and you wouldn't even realize they were there. And the only time you might realize that there was a presence of the Maysles is when he always drove and talked and did Irish limericks, and that was the only way that you realized that they were there. They were people who just wanted to do character studies. That was more important than the sale, than anything.
You actually worked on Salesman, didn't you?
Yes, Salesman, it was finished, but that's when I came for my internship. And my job was to go out and I would leaflet all over and talk about, you know, the film to people to try to get them in the theaters. So when I saw the four salesmen, I feel like I knew them like brothers, and I would give them big hugs and they wouldn't know who I was. But that was my first job with the Maysles.
What to you is the most interesting part of making a documentary? Is it the editing, the capturing the surprise on film?
I love it both. I love to go out into the field. I like to see who people are. I like to be in the editing room and be able to help and work and shape it, put music in. I love every minute of it.
And it must be wonderful to get the acclaim that you've received. I mean, 2 Academy Awards, that's terrific for that. Was that exciting for you that night?
Yes. Harlan County, USA was a film I just did all by myself. There was no money. My parents had to send me film. You know, I'd run out of 16mm film and they'd send it to me. I had a terrific crew. We lived with the coal miners. And I'll never forget the night of the Academy Awards. They put all the documentarians together and we crisscrossed arms. And when I heard Harlan County, that category, come up, people from either side of me pushed me up, and I was so nervous and so young. My little heart was beating somewhere in the room, and the person who gave it to me was Lillian Hellman, and that was quite an honor too. So
great memory.
Yes.
Well, we're going to move on now.
Yes.
See some more Maysles brothers.
Enough about me.
No, never enough about you. Barbara and I will be back in a few minutes to introduce a documentary by Albert and David Maysles. This is about time spent with one of the most legendary of all rock bands.
Tonight on Turner Classic Movies, Albert and David Maysles are in attendance at an ill-fated Rolling Stones concert in Gimme Shelter. Then the Maysles seek to interview an acting legend in Meet Marlon Brando, and repressed desires destroy Brando's world in Reflections in a Golden Eye.
Greg